Right, tally ho there. Now I want to talk about what might be my next laptop. And I'm talking about the new Surface Book 2. Now apparently it's coming out 7th or the 9th. And if you didn't know, there's two sizes. There's a 15-inch and a 13-inch. Now the good thing about the 13-inch, apparently the 15-inch is coming out later because I do not see it here to configure or anything like that. These are Australian prices. That's good. So what do we got? The 512GB 1050. It's only a 2GB 1050, but this is a 13-inch laptop with a GTX 1050 in it. Now that is like game changing for me because it's the size of a 13-inch laptop. They are a little bit heavier. They're like 3.2 pounds or something like that. So they are heavier than a normal 13-inch laptop, but you do get the advantage. You can take off the lid or that you can take off the screen. And also you've got a quad core in here, as you can see, up to 16GB. And most importantly, it has a GTX 1050 in it. Now it's only a 2GB model, so that's a little bit disappointing, but I guess it's a 13-inch. I don't know, maybe it would have been hard to fit in 4GB. Probably they're skimping there. For the price, you would expect like 3,800 Australian. I don't know, that'll be over $2,000 US, like 2.2 or something like that. Very expensive. So I can pre-order that now. The 15-inch hasn't come up for pre-order, and the 15-inch is another game changer because the 15-inch has a GTX 1060 in it, 6GB. Now there are some drawbacks to these things and I'll talk about them later, but that's a game changer too. You're talking about a 15-inch laptop, premium design. It's nice and thin. I mean, it is a bit bigger where it is, like where it curls up, that hinge here, over here, that hinge, it makes it sort of thicker. But if you actually look how thick it is, the base of it, and the screen is thicker obviously because it does have computer parts in the screen itself. But generally speaking, I think this is only a little bit heavier than the XPS 15 and the MacBook Pro or the ZenBook Pro, so 15-inch of course. So it's only a little bit heavier, but it sports a GTX 1060 6GB and it's going to have quad core as well. Now it's using the 15-watt quad core part, so it probably won't be as powerful as the quad cores that go in the XPS 15 now or the MacBook Pro. But with that graphics card, it probably will be more powerful in terms of graphics like gaming or video editing. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure. If a lot of stuff gets pushed to the GPU, it will probably still be faster than the XPS 15 because it is a 1060 after all, and Premiere does use CUDA acceleration. But certainly in terms of CPU power, it won't be as powerful as those XPS 15 MacBook Pro because it will be using the 15-watt CPU. But that means this thing should be killer in battery too, because the 13-inch was like 14 hours battery, like previous model, the Surface Book 1. And this 15-inch, if it gets the same sort of battery life, I'll be amazed. I'll be very happy. Thinking of getting it, I can imagine how expensive the 15-inch is. It's got to be over $4,000 Australian. It's got to be like $3,000 US, because if the 13-inch is like 3,800 already, the 15-inch is going to be like $4,500 or something like that, especially with the GTX 1060. So I'm a bit torn which one to get because I like the size of a 13-inch. I like how small they are. They're compact and that, and because these use like the 4:3 ratio, or it's almost a square sort of ratio. It is still a rectangle, but because it uses that aspect ratio, it acts more like a 14-inch display rather than a 16:9 13-inch, so it does feel a little bit bigger. So I'm a bit torn. Which one do you reckon I should go for? The 15-inch with the 1060 and the 15-inch display, which will be pretty big, or should I go for this? Really having a hard time trying to decide, actually. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about it? Now, there are some drawbacks. I'll tell you the drawbacks, okay? Now, this USB-C that it has on it, it's not Thunderbolt, and apparently it is only for displays. It says the USB-C port as a single connector to charge devices, transfer files, and display video to on external monitors. Now, I've been told that this is only for external monitors. Here it's saying you can transfer files, so it'll be strange if it's just for displaying monitors, because they've replaced the mini display port with this USB-C so it should work like a normal USB-C, but I have heard some people saying, like Paul Thurrott from Windows Weekly or whatever, he said it was just for external monitors, but here it clearly says transfers files. So I don't know what's true, but anyway, it's only got one USB-C, and also it's only got like 2 USB-As, and it doesn't have an SD card slot. So they're the drawbacks to it. Other than that, I think it's fantastic. Looks fantastic. It's got power. I think it might be my next laptop. Let us know in the comments what you think. Which one should I get? I'm thinking maybe the 13 one, because it's coming out first, and 2, having this 13-inch MacBook Pro, I do like the smaller size, and having this, 4:3 aspect ratio or whatever it is, it does make the display look bigger than it is. It feels more like a 14-inch display, so maybe I might skip the 15-inch, but then again, 1060 in the 15-inch, that's a fair whack of power there. Hard decision. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. And until the next one, guys, tally ho.